we'll be knowing few organizations, and as we know few organizations, we'll search who's running that organizations. Okay, so I'll ask few people few questions, who are these employees, and we'll get to know whether you know about the companies. Okay, so this person who's famous for recently, so many things happened. Removal of termination of CEO is also being done by this person. Who's he?
Elon Musk.
Yes, he's a Elon Musk. He's a business magnate, investor, and philanthropist. So he's in the limelight as he's removed the CEO. Okay, which company CEO has been removed?
Twitter.
Exactly, Twitter. So that's how we know about Twitter. We know about Tesla. He was the Tesla investor, and he was the manufacturer or founder. Okay, first it was SpaceX, then Tesla, and now he's in limelight for the Twitter. Okay, then who's he?
Sundar Pichai.
Yes, he's Sundar Pichai. He's an Indian American business executive. See, for everything, if even if you have small doubt, okay, maybe medication also for small children, whether it is helpful or not, you can just, everybody will suggest you Google it. You will get the reality, you will get the information about a particular thing. So, how it is being growing behind the success, there are so many people, and even Sundar Pichai is also one of that. Okay, who's he?
Satya Nadella.
Yes, he is Satya Nadella of Microsoft. Okay, so we know from past many years people using this product, and during the pandemic to compete with the Zoom, he came up with MS Teams. Okay, so Teams also works better at downloading the attendance, recording the classes, uploading the classes, giving an assignment, conducting a test over MS Teams. Everything is possible because of because of these people, including Satya Nadella, who took the decision to come up with Teams. Okay, so all these, see, we know about the companies because of these people, as their hand has been there behind the success. Okay, then last one is who's she?
Indra Nooyi.
Yes, he's Indra Nooyi. She has been ranked 100 most powerful women. Okay, she was the former CEO, but we know still because of the success the company got, and we can't count the success of the Pepsi company without Indira Nooyi. Okay, so like this, so many people. That's why human resources plays very important role. Okay, now we'll start from the history of human resource management. Okay, there are three approaches. You should remember in the history there are three approaches. One is scientific management approach, another one is human relations approach, and the third one is human resource management approach. Okay, so here the first one is scientific management approach. It's a very old approach. It was during mid 1900s. Okay, when the concept of human resource started, this was the first approach in the year during the decade 1900s. So, what this approach helped the people, helped the labor management. During this time, workers were considered as the laborers, okay, and people who were in charge of these laborers were being called as labor management, okay. So, in this, what happens? They were only concentrating on study of motion, the movement of employees, okay, and the boredom that they'll be facing, the fatigue, whether they are facing some boredom, you have to change them from that particular task. Okay, only then you will be provided with a new kind of task. So they concentrated only on the study of motion, that is movement of the laborers, at what time they are coming, when they'll be leaving, whether they have taken early logout. Okay, during that time there was no biometrics and all. They were just maintaining in the attendance sheet at what time the person came, at what time they'll be leaving. Okay, and during the daytime, did they leave for somewhere? All that will be counted. Then one during that time they were being following as very bureaucratic leader. So whatever the leader tells that you have to follow. This is the one method this work can be done, and its appropriate method, it will be instructed for the people to carry on. That's all. There is no choice of changing the method of working on that particular project or following different procedure. No freedom was allotted. Then they were following piece rate system. How many pieces you will be producing, so much of the amount of money you will get. Suppose one piece was 50 rupees, they are being giving it to you. So suppose if you are been producing some 50 units, okay, so you will be getting 2,500. Okay, not anything. Even suppose if you are producing 100 also, per piece it was 50 rupees. Okay, so then you will be getting 5,000. Nothing extra for producing extra, only piece rate system. So many pieces you produced, you will be getting only for so much. Then absence of welfare programs, they were not been thinking about the welfare programs. Okay, like during that time, there was no bonus facilities, there was no fringe benefits facilities, there was no proper incentives given for the employees. Okay, they were not thinking about the welfare programs. They were only concentrating on the piece rate system. So many units you produce, we will pay you so much. Fail to bring the behavioral changes and increase in productivity. Obviously, see, when you can increase the productivity, when people likes to come for the job, when people willingly do the job, then they can do more than 100%. Okay, suppose if they are not satisfied, then you can't expect even 50% of work to be completed by the employees. Okay, so there was no changes in the behavior of the people, and which could lead to increase in the productivity. Okay, this was history starting approach, scientific management approach.
No, first two, please.
Sorry,
First two.
this one, sir. Study
First,
of motion.
yeah.
Sir, movement. Motion is nothing but movement of the candidates. When they are coming to the organization, when they left for making the payment. That was only the study they were doing, and they were conducting the study on fatigue. So I hope you know what is fatigue. It's like taking a note of the boredom. Whether an employee is feeling bored or of carrying on certain things or that particular project, then you will rotate that person from that job to another, so that his boredom can be reduced. Am I clear, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So
Madam,
the next,
what is one best way to accomplish the task?
sir, you are my manager. Okay, then whatever you say, I have to follow. There can be other methods of doing that particular job, right? But you will not allow me. Whatever you follow the method of doing that particular job, I have to follow that. I can't question, I can't give my suggestion.
So question may be asked like this: that scientific management during
Yeah, which is
which of the
yes,
following approaches one best way accomplish the task are missing?
exactly, sir. You can get that question, or which is not also they'll give you. So anything can be asked. So this points has to be remembered. Okay, sir.
Right, ma'am.
Okay. So next approach is human relations approach. See, during the decade of 1930 to 40, this approach started, where human resource officers gave importance for human relations. Okay, in this, what happens? Human relations in this, it's a social aspect, making people to work in teams. Okay, helping people to build the contacts, networks within the organization, or interfering in sorting out the problems between the people. See, whenever you're working in teams or in the along with the group, always there will be a problem of conflicts. One or the other conflicts will arise. They will blame you or you will blame them. Okay, in front of management, one will submit the complaint, other will also submit. So these kind of conflicts will go on. So here, human relations approach, the human resource managers were involving in the social matters to sort out the all conflicts between the employees Okay, that is why they started having that sense of belongingness. Okay, as you are part of those people, you are taking in consideration their concerns. Okay, so this gave rise to effect of social and psychological factors. So it impacted on the minds of the people. Yes, there is someone who will always think about us, who will take the possible judgment, the favorable judgment. So we are belong to this company. That sense of belongingness will be there. They'll be happily coming to the organization. So when someone come happily to the organization without feeling it is a burden or regular routine work, then the productivity will increase. Okay, so this approach gave rise to a productivity. Then we have the next approach is human resource approach. Okay, so from 1980s, this approach has been applicable for all the companies. Okay, so till now, with lot of modification in this approach itself is applicable. Okay, what are the principles of this? See, I told you in the first approach, they were being considering the candidates or employees as the laborers. Okay, but in human resource approach, they started considering employees are an assets, and whatever they are contributing towards the development of an employees, that is a investment. Okay, see what as an employee, what and all we require in the workplace. We require proper ventilation. Okay, then we require proper drinking water facility, so they can go with yeah, URO. Then we require a proper canteen facility. So canteen facility, hygiene food we require. Hygiene sanitation facility has to be there. There should be one person who will be at least twice clean the toilets and all. Okay, then cleaning of floor. Your table should be clean. Your floor should be clean. There should be a person who will be responsible for grooming. Okay, then lift, you can provide the lift facility if they have so many stairs to take up. Okay, and that lift maintenance has to be taken care properly. If all these you're doing, it's not an expense for the company. If you keep a lift, you need one person to take care. You have to pay for that watchman also. Okay, or attender of the lift we have to pay. So whatever the expenses you are incurring for the betterment of employees, that is considered as assets, and it's no more the sorry, that is being considered as investment. That is no more be the expenses. Okay, why? Because we consider employees are our assets. Okay, then various policies, programs, practices will be conducted, which will be helping in personal development. They will be sent for the training and development program, or they'll be having inside the campus itself indoor games, outdoor games where employees can participate. Okay, so you are looking for the total development of an employee instead of only one aspect. Okay, and you have to provide the conducive environment. See, conducive environment is very environment friendly. Okay, where employees will have the freedom to speak. You remember scientific management? We discussed one way of doing the job you should follow. You can't question me on the method, you can't question me on the procedure and the principles. But in human resource approach, they'll make participative. If you don't like one or the other method, then you can contact the management people, and then you can change that method and you can do it. So for everything, your points will be considered in this method. Okay, that is human resource approach. I hope it is clear. I'll just quickly
One,
brief out.
one previous slide, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You are taking screenshot.
No, madam. You can move, madam.
Okay. So we had
Ma'am,
scientific.
ma'am,
Yes,
that
sir.
last line, what you said, no, conducive environment. Can you
Yeah,
explain it?
very friendly environment, sir. No
Friendly.
bureaucracy from the leaders. Okay.
Okay.
flexible environment. Whatever the employees may think, they can put their point of view in front of management. That will be considered. That much freedom will be given it to you.
Okay.
Okay, so first one was scientific management approach, then we had human relations approach, and then human resources approach. Okay, initial perspective of HRM. See, there are so many practitioners, there are so many theories who have been given the point of view of HRM. Okay, so we have the very most important here is three people. First one is Charles Babbage. We all know Charles Babbage as a father of computer. Okay, he was a mathematician, philosopher, inventor, mechanical engineer. Yes. Okay, so he believed in division of labor. So he tells that whatever the work you're allot it accordingly, make people responsible, division of labor. Okay, so what happens here? See, generally, suppose if work is given in team, just randomly it is being given in team. If it is not getting completed, one team member will be blaming the other team member, right? They'll say that we did not able to finish, we couldn't able to finish because of this person, because of that person, this was happened, that was happened. So there will be lot of conflicts will be there. There will be lot of blaming from one person to another. So Charles Babbage has explained, if you want your work to be done on time or increase your productivity, then apply this principle of division of labor. Okay, divide the work properly, make the people responsible. You can easily connect, you can find out which person can do that particular work better, point out that person and tells that at the end of the month or 15 days when the project has to be completed, I'll be questioning you regarding this aspect. So that work is allotted to you, so he'll be knowing for what purpose he's responsible and he'll do the work. Okay. Then we have Frederick Taylor, who is also called as father of scientific management. He came up with a concept called time and motion study. Okay. See, according to him, he's talking about evaluating the movements it will take to achieve certainty and what is the time consumed. Okay. I'll give you a simple example. They will set the standard here. This is scientifically, they will calculate. They'll set the standard, for example, per month, it is possible to produce 1,000 units. Okay. So before an all employee, one employee produced 1,000 units. That means it is possible to produce 1,000 units in a month. So now there are five people, A, B, C, D, and E. Five people are there. So now you will judge on the basis of how many of them produced. So suppose A produced 950 units. Okay, B produced 1,050 units. C produced 800 units. Okay, so now you can easily analyze who's doing better than whom. So you can have the easy comparison. So according to this example, A is doing better as he is capable to produce 950 units. That is nearing to standard. Okay, and B is also doing better. He's done more than standard 1,050. Okay, so you can keep a count and you can decide on incentives as well. So that is given by Frederick Taylor. Then we have next one is Robert Owen. See, Robert Owen was actually the social reformer and philanthropist. He's founder of utopian socialism and cooperative movement. Okay, so he considered workers are vital machines. So what is vital machines? Very important machines, and without which nothing can be done in the company. So he considered that if you are investing in human resources, just now I told you what and all will be the investment, investing like spending for lift or ventilation or proper air conditioning facility, tables, chairs, hygiene facilities, sanitation, drinking water. All these are the facilities which require some expenses, right? So when you are doing these expenses, you should not consider this as expenses. You should consider this as an investment, because whatever investment you are doing, you will get the proper returns from the employees. Okay. So all these are the perspectives of HRM from three different people. Then there are many others human resource professionals, okay, HR professionals like Chris Argyris, Abraham Maslow, Douglas MC Gregor, Frederick Herzberg. They argued that non-monetary benefits will motivate the people more. So what the HR professionals has to do is they have to add on more non-monetary benefits along with the monetary benefits. Okay. See, for example, if you're working in some company, that company is providing free education for your children in their school, in the school of company. Then they have given you free hospitality facility, like you can visit the hospital. Up to 2 lakhs, the coverage will be given for you in your family. Then they'll be giving you a lot of perquisite. They have given you car with the driver. You can use the car for both professional and the personal purpose. Okay, they would have given you the rent-free accommodation, or they would have given you the HRA. All these are the non-monetary benefits. They'll not pay you with the salary. They will be paying you in lump sum at the time of retirement or at the time of resignation. But non-monetary benefits plays a very important role here. That is what mentioned by these strategies. They concluded that non-monetary benefits will be helpful for motivating the employees than the monetary benefits. Okay, if you are taking care of the people, then obviously they will also take care of your organization. Okay, then we'll move ahead to the next study that has been once team of the people headed by Elton Mayo. Okay, a researcher, a philanthropist, a human resource professional. Along with his team, he conducted one study that we call it as Hawthorne study. See, this repeatedly this question has been asked in your examination. They may ask you which is the study that Elton Mayo conducted, or they may ask you Hawthorne's study is conducted by whom. Then Elton Mayo will be the answer. Okay, so we'll discuss what happened in this study is and when, where. See, this study was conducted during the decade of 1924 to 33, and it was conducted in one electric company in Chicago, that is Western Electric Company. So, what is the main motto of conducting this study? Is see, earlier people considered man is a rational economic man. People were thinking man knows everything. Okay, they can choose the best one for them. They can take the better decision for them. So all that is the wrong notion by the people, which has been proved by this study, Hawthorne study. Man is no more a rational economic man. Man is the social man. Okay, man is the social being. See, it's very common that whatever you see, you will observe, you will adopt. Okay, that is social man. It's like man is a rational one who can take any decision. I'll ask you people only, is it possible to take every decision only on your own? What do we do generally?
We'll consult minimum 2 or 3 people to clarify.
Exactly, no, ma'am. You will consult 2, 3 people. See, even small example, suppose if you are preparing food in the breakfast, let it be breakfast or lunch or dinner, will you decide it on your own what to be prepared, ma'am?
No, ma'am. We will
What you
discuss
will
with
do?
family members.
You will ask the family members what will they like to prefer, what preference they like, and then you will go ahead in preparation so that they can have it. See, one simple thing we can't decide, and here it was said that man is a rational man and they know what is good or bad. They can take their own decision. No, man is a social man. They require every time somebody to be in a support. See, right from our schooling, PUC, our parents will decide what we have to take. After PUC, they will give us the choice to select a degree. Then even there, we will not be selecting it on our own. First, we'll check which degree my friends are taking, which is the college they have been opted for. Then among that, I'll select one of the best one. Then after, suppose you decided about the college in the graduation to be done. Now you will in the dilemma which course to join. Okay, for example, for commerce people, we have BCom, BBA, BCA. BCA also can be taken. Then we have BCom IFA, we have industry integrated courses. So many courses we have, and again, their confusion. So we may consult few people to know which course will be better, which has the scope in the future. We'll take up that course. Okay, that is what explained here in Hawthorne studies. Man cannot take their decisions on own. Man is a social man. They want at least support from someone. Okay, so that is Hawthorne study. Then we have overview of HRM. What is basically HRM? What and all is included in it? See, it is a recent title for the people management. In the scientific approach, people were being considered as a labor management. Who were all part of this management team? We were calling them as a labor management team. Then the second comes the human relations approach. In that, people started up hiring they were calling the department as the people management or personal management as well. So people in the people and personal management, the people who were working as a HR team, they were being called as the personal managers. Okay, no more the labor managers. It was personal managers, and now we are calling them as a human relations manager. Okay, and still more it is going to be changes in the future. They will no more be the human resource manager. We start calling them the human capital management. So more than an asset, we are considering human resources as an asset now. Okay, so then people occupies the central position. See, we have four P's here: people, product, process, and profit, in which if you want to have the success on these three things, then you should have a control over the people. Then you should consider the people as a central position and give them all the rights and responsibilities. See, I give you an example. You can't produce the product, you can't carry on the process until and unless human resources are there. And if there is no process is happening, if there are no production is happening, then how will you think about the profit? Okay, so all these four P's are essential factors where people occupies the central position. Now, personal managers are the HR managers. I told you in the first point itself. Then HR managers should prepare the employees to meet the new trends. Okay, maybe that person is very experienced person, but experienced people will be knowing only to do the manual work. Okay, and a little bit about the computers, they may be having knowledge. So what the human resource managers has to do, they have to conduct the training and development program to train these employees. Okay, functions, which and all the functions are included in HR, I told you, right from sourcing, from where you will hire the people from the universities, from the colleges, or you will be sourcing it. Your source is from internal source, promotion, demotion, transfer, all that is possible. So functions of HR, right from sourcing till the performance management and termination of the employee, everything is included. Who has to decide about recruitment, training, salary, wage administration? It is by HR. So there is no more the worker and slave and boss relationship. It is employer and employee relationship, and they will maintain the balance between organizational objectives and employee related issues. You need not have to concentrate only on the organization goals. You have to concentrate even on the individual goals as well. Okay. Then we have challenges of HRM. See, there are many challenges which is faced by the human resource professionals or the team members. Okay, see, every individual is different from one another. Can you people tell me you are similar like me? Whatever the choices I have, will you be having the same choices? Or at least we prefer to have same thing in the lunch or breakfast or dinner. Okay, or we will whatever the motivational strategy is being taken by the management. Can you confirm me or assure me that you will be liking whatever the motivational factors I am liking? No, it's not at all possible. Every individual is different from one another. Okay, so you can't expect whatever the motivational strategy you take, it will satisfy everybody. It may not satisfy few because they are very demanding personnel. Okay, see, you people would have also come across, they might be come across like demanding personnel. Whatever you do, they will be having some criticism in it. They will find out at least one or two mistakes. Those kind of people, we call it as demanding personnel. I would like to ask you people, have you come across these kind of people anytime? Very demanding, always criticizing. Anybody? Have you come across
Yes,
these
sir.
kind of
Yes,
people?
sir.
Ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
at least one or two will be there, right, ma'am, in the organization. Very demanding. Whatever you do, they will find some or the other mistake which you will not be doing. Okay, and they will not get convinced. So that is demanding personnel, one of the challenge. And another challenge is customization of stimulation and motivation. See, stimulation is nothing but to make the employee more active. Okay, so what the steps which you take, maybe you will be conducting the training program or giving the non-monetary benefits or monetary benefits. So customization of stimulation. So how you can make the people more active and how you will be motivating them, that depends. So customization becomes very challenging because whatever the strategy of motivation the one person likes, maybe I like monetary benefits to get motivated, you like non-monetary benefits to get motivated. So if the management decides like monetary benefits will be given for motivation, then I will be happy, but not you, because you are expecting something else. So to motivate you, they should come up with different strategy. So customizing the strategy of simulation and motivation for the employees becomes a very difficult task, very challenging. Okay. Now we are moving ahead with the functions of HRM. We have two broad classification of functions. One is managerial functions, another one is operational functions. First, I'll give you the clarity on managerial functions. Okay. See, not only HRM, in any other aspect, the very first step is planning. Okay. You have to plan well how many employees are required. Okay. Requirement of the employees. Then I'll mention here, they have to check that what is the requirement of the employees, how many they require. Okay, so that there should not be any surplus or deficit of the employees. If it is surplus also, it's a problem. You have to pay more for more number of people unnecessarily. If it is a shortage, then also it's a problem. You can't ask one person to finish all the kinds of work. Okay, so requirement of employees have to be planned. From where you will get the employees, the sources has to be decided. Then what is the recruitment procedure? Everything has to be done with the planning. Okay, see, suppose if you have selected one university to conduct the interview, you have to make sure who's responsible for it. Plan accordingly which day you will conduct, how many candidates they can select, what is the criteria for selecting the candidate. All these has to be planned in advance. Okay. The next comes organizing. See, organizing is now executing the plan. You have been decided that you will be hiring the people from the university. Now, you have been decided even which person is responsible for conducting an interview. Now, you have to execute the plan. You have to go conduct an interview in the particular university or college. Then we have staffing. Okay. See, staffing is nothing but after you conduct this, after you organize it very well, after you selected few of the employees, then delegate them the responsibilities. Okay. So if you can delegate them the responsibilities, then later, if something goes wrong, you can easily catch hold the people because it was very clear so and so person is in charge of so and so activities. Okay. Then we have directing. See, once you have hired the people, you have delegated the responsibility. Do you think that they will complete the job on time? They are being. Is it possible to carry on the work without any queries?
No.
Anybody? You will be having a lot of doubts, right? Even after attending the training sessions also, there'll be lot many doubts that you'll be having if you are being placed in the real work. Okay, that is directing, where you have to direct the employees. Okay, in directing, what happens, you have to direct and guide the employees. Then comes controlling. Okay, see, suppose if there is no biometric, there is no login time recorded or logout time recorded, or we have given responsibility for one person to go ahead with the recording of the login logout time. Do you think people will come on time for this one? If there is no proper biometric, will people come on time or leave on time?
No.
Is
No,
it
No,
possible? No.
no, madam.
If there is no biometric, if you are not recording their login time and logout time, then why will they bother? They are maintaining only attendance, right? I can go talk to that person that who are recording the attendance. Okay, that person is very good friend of mine. He will listen to us, and we can manipulate the numbers there. Okay, that will be the perspective. But suppose you have kept proper biometric system, and you say that if you are getting absent yourself for more than 3 days or 5 days, or it's like coming late to the organization, 15 minutes late for continuously 3 days or 5 days, then your 1 day salary or half day salary will be cut. Okay, that we call it as controlling. You should have a control over the employees who are working, otherwise you can't expect the work to be completed. Okay, I hope you understood the difference between all these functions. Planning is only planning about the employees, broader classification. Okay, then organization, executing that plan, staffing, delegating the responsibilities, making the people responsible, accountable for the work, and then we have directing. Okay, directing is nothing but you are being participants kindly mute. So you'll be guiding the employees, maybe the newcomers and all, then controlling. There should be a proper control system in the company, because people will never follow until it is made mandatory. Okay, so this is about the managerial functions of HRM. Then we are moving ahead with the operational functions. Okay, so here you can see there are four classifications: employment, HR development, compensation management, and employee relations. Okay, these four are the broad classification under operational functions of HRM. So employment is it is the function of human resource manager itself. They have to plan for the HR planning. Okay, it's like they have to plan what number of employees is required. See, in the managerial overall, they will think about the candidates to be hired. Here, they will plan for the number of employees to be hired, number of candidates to be hired. What is the criteria to select that employees? Okay, like calling for an interview, then criteria will be planned, then qualification will be planned. So and so qualification of the people will be required, whether you require fresher or experienced person. All this will be planned in the HR planning in the under the employment. Okay, then after HR planning, we have recruitment. So getting the pool of candidates. So you have decided so many, suppose you require 100 employees, you decided about the job description, what is the criteria, what is the then is it what should be the qualification, whether fresher or it should be the experienced one. Now everything you have decided, now put it in the sheet of paper or brochure or newspaper, then you can publish across the state, and then you can get the candidates. Okay, that is recruitment, getting the pool of candidates to apply. Then we have selection. Okay, after recruitment, the next procedure, see, once the people start applying for the job, okay, the next process is selecting them. So you have to conduct an interview, and in an interview, you have to make sure, see, only three vacancies are there. but you have received the applications from 100 people. There is a possibility if your company is well-known company, you're paying well, then instead of 3 people, you will be getting 100 applications. So can you hire 100? Can you hire 100 people there? What is the need of the hour? Yes, anybody? According to this example, how many people they require?
Three
Three.
people.
Only three, ma'am.
3 people. Can they hire 100 just because they applied?
No,
No.
madam.
No.
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 What will be the procedure to shortlist only 3?
Examination will be conducted.
Exam. So yeah, from the point of view of bankers, sir is
Experience.
answering. Yes, ma'am. From the point of view of bankers, sir is telling they have to attend the exams. Yes, there'll be preliminary exams. They have to crack the main exams. They have to crack the group discussion. Then only they'll get the job. Okay, that is a selection procedure. So even in the banks, I have seen. Suppose if there is 1,600 vacancies, somewhere around 3,500 or 4,000 applications will be received. So out of that, they will filter and they will select only 1,600 to fill the vacancy. Then after selection, it is the function of HRM to decide about the placement. That is, right person in the right job should be there. Okay, and then induction. Once you have placed the person in the place, then you have to conduct the induction program to them. You have to make them understand what is your company is all about, who's working in which department you have placed him, how many people are there in the department, and you have to introduce this person to the department people. All that will be done in the induction program. So it's good that human resource professionals will conduct this induction program. Okay, then the next operational function is HR development. So here HR development is nothing but development of the employees. What and all you will do. See, when you will analyze the performance of the employee is average or below average, how can you say that employee's performance is low? The very first thing we'll do is performance appraisal. So in appraisal, we'll get to know how good the person is doing or how bad the person is doing. Okay. So suppose if the person is doing really bad, then they require training program. So that should be arranged training program. Then management development. See, sometimes management also needs development. It is not like once you become the manager, then it is an end. No, you should be given the training for learning how to maintain the employees, how to lead the team, how to communicate them, what communication channels you have to use for communicating the information. All that is in management development. Okay, that has to be arranged by HR professional only, and career planning and development. So they'll help in the career planning also. Okay, it's like one person who only likes accounting, but he's been placed in finance department. So by getting to know that, then it can be possible that there can be a shift from the accounts department to the finance department, or vice versa. Okay, then we have compensation management. So who decides about the compensation? It's basically HR professionals. Okay, on what basis they will decide how much you have to be paid? On your job evaluation. Okay, see, a clerk cannot be paid as same as that you pay for a peon at the door, the security guard at the door. Okay, what is the difference in working as a clerk and working as the watchman or the peon at the gate? Okay, so that doesn't make any sense. So what here happens here is how they'll fix up the salary. They will check what kind of management responsibilities will be given, what kind of job this person is doing, is it worth in paying so much. Okay, that kind of job evaluation will be done, and if that person is doing really good, they'll pay high. If not, they will be paying less. Okay, so then they have to manage on wage and salary. Incentives has to be decided by the HR professionals, bonus, fringe benefits. Okay, see, fringe benefits are extra benefits that will be provided, like marriage allowances, anniversary allowances, children allowances. Okay, then any other fringe benefits, like how NIIT gives the anniversary allowance. So if any employee's anniversary has been there, they will be given the gift voucher for staying away from the city skirts and then enjoy the holiday and come back. Okay, 1 or 2 days they'll give the gift voucher, maybe accommodation in certain resort or anything else which will be given. So like how, likewise we have fringe benefits in Google also. Inside itself you'll have basketball court, you'll have table tennis to be played, you'll have entire sports activities where the employees, if they get bored, okay, they can go at least half an hour, they can play and come back. Okay, that facilities we call it as fringe benefits, the extra benefits that we are getting. Okay, and the last function of HRM is employee relations. Maintaining the healthy relations are very important in the organization. So between the employees itself, there'll be lot of conflicts that will be arising. Okay, so HR professionals should think over how they can reduce this um, conflicts and how they can create the healthy relations. Any doubt here?
Sir, ma'am, one doubt, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, ma'am, actual operation department under employment, HR planning, recruitment, selection, placement,
Yes.
induction,
Huh.
all are related to HRD department, ma'am. HRD department.
Yeah, HRD is a part of HRM, sir. People who will be responsible for HRD have to report it to the HR professional only. All these are HRD only, but HRD is part of HRM.
Okay, madam. Okay.
Okay, sir. So we'll move ahead with the other title. Functions of HRM is done. Okay, role of HR professionals. So these people, two people, Uday Parikh and TV Rao, these two people are from the IIMA. Okay, so Institute of Management of Ahmedabad. They are professionals, HR functions. Okay, so they came up with the clarity on role of HR professionals in the year 1981. They claim that HR professionals should play five important roles. Okay, the first one is supportive role. Obviously, for see the name itself, they are HR professionals. They are human resource professionals, right? So whom should they support? They have to support the people of the company. People can be management, and people can be employees as well. Okay, so here why management? See, suppose sometimes management will be correct in bringing up the change for the company, but employees will be resisting it. They should support management and convince the employees to go ahead with the new strategy. Why employees here is sometimes whatever the management takes the decision will not work out. Okay, so maybe they are not they are giving hike in the salary only up to 5%. Okay, but their profit is really good. Why only 5%? They can increase to 10% in the hike in the salary, correct? So then HR professionals can speak on behalf of the employees. So first role he has to play is supportive role. Both for management also they should give the support, they should lend the support, and for employees also they should lend the support. Role of system development and research. See, when you can bring some changes in the company, when you can um, think about the development of company, when you are involved in the research activity, R&D you should conduct. Okay, so in that research you will get to know that what is the strategy of your competitors. Okay, so when you get to know what is the strategy of your competitors, why they are doing well, then only you can adopt some changes in the company and become the competitor for them. So, but you don't, if you don't conduct research and development, from where you will get to know that what is your competitors doing. Okay, so that is why it is the duty of, it's the role played by the HR professional. They'll conduct this research and development activities and find out how to compete with the outside world. Then managerial role, obviously, is a manager. Until you have command over your speech or command over your employees, nobody will listen to you. So that is why they should play a managerial role. They should maintain certain distance with the people. They should not be very light, very friendly with the people, because people start taking advantage of it. Okay, so if you are a manager, you should know what distance you have to maintain with the employees. Okay, Then role of developing competence. So who can bring the competence amongst the employees, who can motivate the employees, or who can boost up the morale of the employees? It is only HR professional. Okay, by giving some incentives, by adding on some non-monetary benefits, or adding some perks, or huddle. All these are the various techniques to boost up the morale of the employees. And the last role that we played by the HR professionals is process role. See, process role is nothing but maintaining one organization culture so that process will go smooth. See, there will be diversity in the workplace. Can you expect the people comes from the same background, same college, or from the same city, same language they speak, same food they will have? Can you expect that? Whatever you
No.
like, the other person will like. No, they'll be from different place, they'll be from different religion, they'll be from different complexion, they'll have the different complexion, different language they'll speak. Okay, so when you have so much of diversity in the company, conflicts may arise very often. Okay, for that purpose, a HR professional can keep one workshop. Okay, they have to communicate from the they have to communicate to the employees that we will follow one particular organization culture, and you should follow until you are on the campus. You should follow that organization culture. You cannot show somebody a degraded one and you are not from the upper class. So that kind of process, if they understand all this, then the process will be very smooth in the organization. That is what explained by this Uday Parikh and TV Rao. 5 roles to be played by the HR professionals. Okay. Then for carrying on all these process, they require certain skills. Skills like technical skills, managerial, and personality traits. Okay. So technical skills, what and all they should know. I told you for what purpose they are responsible here. It is the HR professionals who will be conducting appraisal, right? Performance appraisal. So they should have the knowledge of what are the different methods of performance appraisal, when should be conducted. See, there are different modern methods like 360-degree method, or they can go ahead with the human resource accounting method, that is HR accounting, or else they can go ahead with the behavioral anchor rating scale. So bars they can go ahead. So which to adopt? Who should be knowing this? Who's conducting this performance appraisal? It is the human resource professionals. They should have the knowledge of this. They should have the knowledge of potential appraisal system. So to judge the potential of the employees, there are so many tests that will be conducted. Emotional quotient test, EQ test. Okay, IQ test will be given. Aptitude will be conducted to know how potential the employee is. So which to conduct, how you can analyze the potentiality of the employee, that also knowledge the HR professional should have. Okay, they may conduct various tests, medical test, okay, aptitude test and all. So they should be knowing the various tests that they have to conduct. They should have a knowledge. Okay, then ability to design and coordinate training program. They should have an understanding of overall organization culture to bring one organization culture in the company. Okay, see, for example, the people who are working in Infosys, everybody will call it as Infosians. Okay, suppose if you are studying in Christ, you will be called as a Christite. If you are studying in Joseph, we'll call them as Josephites. Okay, why? Because there should be one sense of belongingness. Nobody is poor, nobody is rich, everybody has come to gain knowledge, and one culture we follow. Same way in the companies also, nobody is less or more. You are being paid for the service you are providing for the company. Okay, so there should be one organization culture. Then there should be a knowledge of behavioral science. See, behavioral science is nothing but when you understand something with observation. Okay, being a human resource manager, you should have this quality of observing the people. Okay, then we have knowledge of career planning. So yeah, I told you in the functions of HRM, they'll be helping in deciding the career also. Okay, they should make them understand which is the right place for them, and that is how the HR professionals will help. Then they should have a knowledge of skills in counseling also. Sometimes it requires. People may be depressed or they are going through very tough stage of their life, then they will expect somebody to counsel them. So they should have the knowledge of skills in counseling as well. Okay, these are the technical skills. There are few managerial and managerial skills and personality traits. See, managerial skills are they should have organizing ability. Just now I told you in the managerial functions, planning, organizing, staffing, controlling, all these are the managerial functions. So being a manager, they should have the organizing ability. Let it be whichever event it is, they should organize properly. Then system development skills, even after conducting the research and development, few people will fail, okay, in implementing it properly because they don't know how to implement it. So being a manager, you get to know that there are so many changes that they have to be taken place in the company. So first find out those changes and then you can implement it. Okay. Personality traits, they should be an initiator. Whatever the opportunity the person or the company gets, it should be grasped. Then faith in human beings and their capabilities. Positive attitude should be there towards others, and imagination and creativity. A person who's heading this HR department should be imaginative and creative. Okay, so why imaginative? See, for example, if you're asking me to work for 10 hours in a day, so being a HR professional, first you should put in that place and see whether you are capable enough to do 10 hours in a day, okay, or only 8 hours. So most probably it should be 8 hours. But if you're asking me to work for 10 hours, you should check whether you are being able to do that work 10 hours in a day. So you should imagine yourself and see how creative you are and what are the changes you have to do. Then you can take some certain decisions. Okay. So this, yeah, we have few more. Okay, technical skills, we are done. Then we are done with the managerial. Okay, so there are few other managerial personality traits. That is, they should have the concern for excellence. That is how they can decide for the training and development. Suppose if they don't have the concern for excellence, they will never plan for the training of the people. Okay, so they just want to make the people excellent in the work. Concern for people and their development. Okay, they should be friendly, sociable, and affable. That means easily approachable. People should be very friendly. Being a HR professional, they should be very friendly with the among the people. But the distance of being a manager and being the normal person in the company will should have to be maintained. Okay, but it should be sociable. Always helping hand should be there. Affable. Always they should be good natured people and easy to talk. They should have the interest in learning new things, then only they can bring the new things in the company. If your HR professional doesn't like to learn new things, then no new things implementation will happen in the place. Ability to work as a team member. So HR is something like human resources where you have to work with many people. Okay. So you have the person who's heading this department should be having the ability to work in a team. Then attitude for research and development. Okay. So all these are the qualities that the HR professional should possess. Okay. Now, the next unit. This was the end of the first unit. Now we are moving ahead with the next unit. Rightly said, sir, that you pointed out planning, recruitment, training, induction, all that comes in HRD. But HRD is a part of human resource management. I'll discuss the differences here. You can easily
Madam,
understand the
there is one
difference.
question, ma'am.
Yes, sir, please.
Ma'am, in the last unit, there was one question that as per the CII, Confederation of Indian Industry, how many
Okay.
models have been identified by the CII? So answer is 11,
Okay.
12, 19, 20, like that. So in the IBS material, it is shown as about 17, but the exact answer is
Okay.
19.
Okay. Sir, can you just repeat CII, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The question was CII. Okay. Sir, can I give you the better clarity? This is according to the cost of inflation index. Okay, I'll just go through the reports and give you the exact answer, sir.
I think it is Confederation of Indian Industry.
Yeah, okay. So, sure, sir. I'll get back to you on this question. And if
Right, ma'am.
possible, can you just send me this question? I'll give you the
Sure,
better
sure, sure,
clarity next class.
sure,
Okay.
sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Ma'am, it is there
Okay.
in the Maximilian text, ma'am, into page number 253. It is shown that it is listing out 19 interlinked competencies for CII. It's
Okay,
there
ma'am.
in the text, ma'am.
I'll just go through and let you know in the evening session, 8 o'clock. Okay. So then we'll go ahead with the next unit, HRD. So you have to understand the difference between HRM and HRD. Okay. See, HRM is basically, it's like refers to the application of principles of management to manage the people. It is completely concentrating on how to manage the people. HRD completely concentrates on continuous development of the people. Okay, so here in HRM, we will concentrate even on the development of people, but we have given this authority to HRD team in the HRM. That is what the meaning differentiates here. HRM is it refers to the application of principles of management to manage the people. Okay, HRD is continuous development function that intends to improve the performance of people. What is it? HRM is a management function. HRD is a subset of HRM. It is included, it's a part of HRM. Okay. And the functions is HRM is reactive and HRD is proactive. Okay. So HRM, why we call it as a reactive? See, suppose I told you there will be conflicts between the people and HR professionals should interfere in between and then only they react. When they can interfere only when conflicts is arising, right? So that is why we call HRM as a reactive. Okay. But in HRD, it is proactive. You will prepare the employees in advance. For example, if any new process or new machine you are bringing up in the company. So what preparation you have to do? You have to train the employees before that machinery arrives so that immediately you can start up the production. You can send them for development programs. Okay, so that is why we call HRD as a proactive. So they'll make the arrangements uh, earlier in advance. Okay. Then objective of this HRM is to improve the performance of the employees, overall performance. But HRD is concentrating on developing the skills, knowledge, and competency of the employees. Okay. So the process of HRM is very routine, always planning, organizing, staffing, controlling, directing. So this is the routine that they follow. But HRD is ongoing. Once you bought some machine, you train the employees. Next time you will not train them for the same machine. Some other process will come for that you have to train them. Okay. Then we have inclusion. What and all is included in the HRM is recruitment, placement, okay, attendance, all these, right from the sourcing, I have already told you, till the employee leaves the job, everything is included in the HRM. HRD is employee development, only concentrating on development of the employee. Okay. Then this is concerned with manpower management, but HRD is concerned with employee feedback, opinion, and suggestion to deal with the organization issues. See, for example, you will conduct one training for the employees, first batch of employees of 50 people. Next, if you have to conduct the same training for another batch of 50 people, from this batch who already have been attended the training, you have to collect the feedback from them. How successful was the training program? Okay. So when they give you some, at least 70 to 75% of the people has given as a positive response, then you can go ahead with the same trainer. Suppose many negative feedback you have got, then you have to think over changing the trainer itself. Okay. So that happens in the HRD. They will collect the employee feedback.
Ma'am, ongoing, can I explain? Ongoing, madam.
Yes,
Later
ma'am.
part.
Ma'am, here, see, in HRM, it's a routine. Like they'll plan, they'll organize, they will staff, they will direct, and they'll control. Again, they'll come back to planning. Okay, for any new thing, they'll repeat the same thing. That is why we call it as a routine. Okay, HRD is ongoing. I told you they'll bring one machine, right? One the new machine has come, so you will train the employees for that. You will prepare that how to operate on the new machine. Now, will you train them again on how to operate this same machine?
No, ma'am.
No, right? You will be
No, ma'am.
training them for some other process. You may be bringing some change in future. For that change, you will train them. Okay, that is why proactive. It will not be sorry. That is why it is ongoing. You will not repeat anything that has been happening. You will go ahead and some new research you will conduct, new responsibilities you will give to the employees, and then new kind of training you will conduct for them for enriching their knowledge. So that is why we call this as ongoing process.
Competency
That
of
clear, ma'am?
employees means madam, objective HRD objective competency of
Yes.
employees means competency means
To develop the competency level, sir. Sir, now suppose you join the organization only with one degree, okay? Now, I'll take the same example, sir. Now, you people are writing CAIIB, correct? Like you are writing an exam. Now, are you just writing that or attending the exam just like that?
like a so
No. Why are you writing this exam, sir? Reason?
Increment.
monetary
Increment?
benefit.
Monetary benefits you're writing. Okay. So, who told you that you will be getting
Water is
monetary benefits? I'll just mute everybody. Then you can unmute, sir. Yeah. Sir, can you please unmute and answer me? Who assured you that you will be getting monetary benefits?
HRD department.
Correct. Now, for attending that exam, are you not attending any classes? Are you not preparing for it?
I
You are
can prepare.
getting the knowledge on HRM. You are getting the knowledge on economic analysis. You are getting the knowledge on mathematics. Correct, sir? Just because you
Yes,
have to
ma'am.
attend that exam, you are preparing for all that. Now,
Yes,
did
ma'am.
you had all these knowledge before? No,
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 ma'am. No.
only basic knowledge. Now you are getting advanced knowledge on it. Your knowledge is increasing. Your skills are improving. You know better now about various concepts. Then your competency level is also increasing. Okay, sir. You are
Okay, ma'am.
becoming
Okay,
more
ma'am.
competent. When compared to other employees, you will be knowing more about all these concepts. So that is how you have become more competent now.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Now,
process once more, ma'am. Your routine and ongoing.
ma'am, I'll ask you only what is the process of HRM, ma'am? That is functions of HRM. A plan, okay, then organize, then it will be directing, staffing, then directing and controlling, right? So these are the routine that it has to follow. Again, suppose if somebody leaves the job, again you have to plan which candidate you will be hiring. Then you will execute the plan. Then you will be staffing. What you will give, you'll be giving them responsibilities. You will be directing them, guiding them, okay, and you'll be controlling them. That's a routine that is being followed again and again. It's in a cycle, okay. But on why we call HRD in ongoing is, suppose you train 50 people, 50 people in the company, like set of people, okay, on one process. This 50 people again will be called for the training for other process. You will not call them for the same process, okay. You taught them how to use the CNC machine, okay. Now suppose you bought one more machine where some more programming is required. You may train them on this programming. Will you teach them again CNC programming?
No, ma'am.
No, right? That is why it is ongoing. It will not repeated in nature. Okay, ma'am. I hope
Yes.
I made it clear. Okay, then we have next is, yeah, yes, how this development of human resource function took place in India. Okay, see, this has been there, as I told you. When was the scientific management approach was developed? This was during 1900s, right? So during 1900s itself, they actually brought this HR concept into existence. Okay, so it is there during the British Raj in India. But later, when it got the more importance, I told you during that time it was like a master and slave. You all people know that during the British Raj, Indians who had been working for Britishers, they were being considered as the slaves. You might have been seen in many movies and all how they used to treat Indians, how they used to beat Indians. Okay, what and all the struggles we people had during that time. So you can understand what kind of human resource policy they had. Okay, but it was there in India for their people, for Britishers. Okay, but later, after independence, in the year 1948, Factories Act came into an existence with so many provisions to help the people. Okay, like Factories Act tells you that there should be one full-time doctor who has to be appointed. If you hire some 500 employees, okay, if suppose yours is a manufacturing unit, if you are hiring 500 employees, you should have one full-time doctor on the campus. Suppose anytime they may meet accident, so immediately they have to be treated. Okay, so one full-time doctor has to be hired. Then, like if you have 20 workers who's been working, more than 20 workers, if they are working in some hazardous material like acid and all, so you should have one changing room for people. Okay, so that they can change their clothes, dirty clothes and all. That acid work or oil work, if they do, their clothes will get dirty, right? So they should be provided one separate changing room where they can change the clothes. Okay, then suppose if you hire more than 20 women workers, so you should be having one women room. Okay, ladies room you should have. Then suppose if you hire more than 50 women workers, you should be having one nurturing room where they can nurture their kids if they are bringing. Okay, all these provisions are there in Factories Act. Okay. Then 1980s, the focus was shifted to people management. Earlier, it was labor management. Even in 1948, also, the concept was labor management only. Rich Indians were ruling the poor Indians after British Raj. Okay, rich were becoming richer, poor were becoming poorer. So Indians were ruling Indians. Then growth of trade unions through passing of various labor laws. And then there were so many trade unions law was passed. Okay, then so many labor laws they came up with, and whatever the management is deciding regarding the employees, it should be um, in favor of the employees, for the development of employees. If not, then trade unions can go on strike, go on lockout. That was the decision. Okay, then so many acts came up. The Industrial Employment Act 1946, so that equal employment opportunity will be given for both men and women. Factories Act of 1948, just now I told you what and all is included. Then we have Industrial Dispute Act. Okay, a lot of disputes may arises between the employer and employee. When the trade unions can interfere, what can be the judgment given? So all that provisions is there in the Industrial Dispute Act. Then Employee Exchange Act. There is a policy of loaning the employees. Okay, suppose your company doesn't have the proper work for the person, or it is going down, so you can loan the employee to other organization. So then what are the provisions for that? Who will be paying that person? For how many months that person can be loaned? Okay, so all that is mentioned in the Employees Employment Exchange Act of 1959. Okay, so basically you have to remember the year of this acts. They may give you in the match the following. They may give you Industrial Employment Act, then Factories Act, Industrial Dispute, Employee Exchange Act, and on the right hand side they'll give you the number of years. Okay, that is the year they'll give you, and you have to match which act is for which year. Okay, then we have development of how it is developed. Just now I told you it's developed from the British Raj itself. How it has been developed? See, earlier in British Raj, our Indians were given the task of only the time officers. They were being recording only the entry time of the Britishers, okay, and the leaving time of the Britishers, and then even the entry time of the workers, as Indians were being like treated like a slave there. So their entry time also and exit time also were being recorded. Okay, so Indians were given only the work of time officers. Okay, then slowly they have been moved to become the welfare or social secretary to meet the needs of the workers and prevent unionization. Okay, before this Factories Act, before the independence itself, they started making these people as the welfare or social security secretaries. Okay, so what was their role here is they were being given the responsibilities only to decide what should be the welfare programs. Okay, and only they were being able to give the suggestion to the management people, these are the welfare programs that you can implement for the people and develop. Okay, then came the Factories Act after independence. Then they started making the people as labor welfare officers. Okay, labor welfare officers is here only to how to avoid the unionization. They will see that there should not be group formation within the organization, but here exactly they were concentrating on labor welfare. As I told you, in Factories Act, what was the welfare activities? If you employ women, what should be done? If you employ more men, more number of employees, what has to be done? Okay, so what kind of facilities has to be provided? Everything was given in the Factories Act. That is why to follow this, who knows this Factories Act, those people were being made as the labor welfare officers, and they were taking care of the welfare of the people, so that later nobody can sue the company in the name of Factories Act. Okay, then people started becoming the part of establishment department. There used to be one establishment department who will be fixing on the compensation. Okay, who will be deciding upon the promotion of the people, demotion of the people, transfer of the people. Okay, it was not part of HR. Then it was only part of establishment department. Then later everything they clubbed and they made the personnel department. Okay, so personnel department is taking care of the people, including everything. Then later they came up with the HRD. Okay, so human resource department came into an existence, which will concentrate on the development, enriching the skills, knowledge of the people, and this is included in the HRM as well.
Madam, once
Okay.
previous slide, madam.
Yes, ma'am. This one, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. We'll stop till here. Development of functions. Okay. Then we'll discuss one case study. Then we'll wind up. Okay. See here, we'll discuss this. Yeah. So see, there are. It's a case of Adam, who's fresh from business school. He was newly recruited in the as the HR practitioner. Okay. During his first month into the job, he was asked to be in charge of the orientation program to the entire organization. Okay, what happened during that time? I'll just brief you out. You can answer me on this. Recently, who joined here? A person, Roy, joined in the company. Okay, so when Roy joined in the company, they allotted one mentor to Roy, but that mentor wasn't there in the town at the time when Roy joined the company. Okay, so it was first day of Roy, and who's responsible for orientation program? Adam. So when Adam met Roy, he actually spoke about his mentor. He informed that your mentor is not in town. They'll come and guide you.
Mentor
In
na
that,
means mentor. Who is mentor?
sir, mentor is like under whom you will work. As soon as you join, they will not leave you to work independently. So they'll put you under someone, so that you will sort it out with all the queries and all. That person we call it as a mentor for
Okay.
you, especially. They'll be holding some other position, but for you, they'll be assisting, guiding. For from your perspective, they are your mentor. Okay. So his team, instead of mentor, you can say his team leader. wasn't there in the organization. So, but Adam told there is one buddy system in the company. Okay, so what is buddy system here is they can ask for somebody to be with them at least for 8 days or 15 days. They should make them understand the complete process of the company, and then they can start working independently. So that system was there in the company, buddy system. They can ask for the help of someone, as Roy didn't had his mentor in the town. So what Roy did, Roy opted for this. Okay, Adam clearly explained that, see, we have buddy system, but nobody opted it till now. But what Roy did, he asked Adam, can he get a buddy? Okay, so then Adam was rather surprised by Roy's request because nobody requested for this. Then Adam's manager Gene, he also he was being consulted, and he also gave the viewpoint like no one in the organization has requested for a buddy. Hence, Adam checked with Gene on criterias in getting a buddy for Roy, and according to her, Adam found out that it need to be someone preferably from Roy's department. Having clarified on the criteria, Adam is supposed to get a buddy for Roy. Okay. But what happened here is Adam completely forgot that Roy requested for it. So when he completely forgot, then later, after a few days, Roy met Adam while there was some lunch gathering. During that time, Adam met Roy. Okay. And then Roy was very rude with Adam because he did not get him buddy. And he told on face that I asked you for a buddy system last week or last 15 days, but you did not provide me the buddy system. Okay, then Adam got to know why he is behaving so rude. And then Adam did not tell that he forgot, but he told that I thought you are joking because till now nobody opted for the buddy system. That is why you did not get. Okay, then Adam, he was very rude while speaking to Adam. Adam clearly embarrassed and guilty about his mistake. He understood that he did a mistake. Then he apologized with Roy and he said that I will get you a buddy system. And soon after, one buddy was arranged. One person from the department of Roy was arranged as a buddy and who could be helping out Roy. Okay, but Roy was not satisfied. There was one feedback collection meeting. In that meeting, Roy gave the negative feedback about the Adam in front of everybody. Okay, so he said that Adam is not responsible in fulfilling his responsibilities. I'm very disappointed. And then Adam got up in front of everybody. He apologized to Roy. Okay, and then he tried to convince. But even after convincing by so many people, even Adam's mentor came back, and even mentor also tried to convince. Okay, so then too Roy did not got convinced. Okay, so now what you people have to answer is these questions. See, on a HR practitioner point of view, what should Adam do to resolve this issue? Do you think still more any actions has to be taken by Adam to resolve this issue? I hope you understood the case. Roy wanted buddy who had to provide Adam. Adam forgot. He did not provide. So that is why Roy has.
Adam already told sorry, no, madam.
Adam already apologized, right? So according to you, Adam shouldn't do anything now to resolve the issue. Yes, ma'am.
He should give consultation, ma'am, regarding that behavior.
Adam requires the consultation.
Motivation or
Okay. Fine, but he realized his mistake. Still, you think he requires some consultation?
Yeah, ma'am. He has to ensure that in future it should not happen again.
That mistake should not be repeated. Okay. The second question is Roy is very unhappy with Adam and holds it against him, even though all has been done and followed up. What should Adam as HR do to resolve this? And should Gene, as Adam's manager, do something? Do you think Gene should do something here?
Yes, ma'am. He should educate the Roy.
He can speak up to Roy to resolve the issue. He can convince Roy, right? Yes. What role does Roy's manager play in this issue? Should he be implicated? Roy's manager, who was not in town when he joined the organization, but now he has come back. Do you think he should involve in resolving this?
No, he should
Yes,
try to
ma'am.
convince Madam.
Convince whom? Roy or Adam?
Roy.
Roy, right? So he can, being a mentor, just because he was not there in town, this if all this the issue happened, so he can interfere and he can try solving it. Okay, so we're done for the session. So we'll meet in the evening and we'll discuss on the many more topics. Okay, so I hope I
Madam,
made it
answers,
clear.
madam.
Yes, sir. Answers are there here, sir. I'll share this case with you. Okay,
Evening which time, madam?
8 o'clock, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Oh, okay, sir. So we'll meet 8 o'clock in the evening. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.
Ma'am,
Bye bye.
ma'am, one
Yes, ma'am.
request, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you go exam point of view, like discussions of questions, previous questions like that?
லைக் பண்ணுங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க, கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க, மறக்காம நம்ம சேனலை சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க.